Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share.
I have a neighbor and friend, and he gave him some ground pork sausages. When you live in a rural area, you always get a meat and sometimes fresh eggs from your neighbors. And my son loves ground pork sausages, and he suggested to me to cook it with garbanzo beans. Now, I have never done this before. I thought it would be interesting for me to try and to cook it in the wok. Now, I have a basic template that I use to cook ground pork, so this will not be anything different for me, other than adding the garbanzo beans to the ground pork. I add the ground pork directly to the wok without adding any cooking oil, because the ground pork contains quite a bit of oil in it. I first use the wok spatula to break it up. As you can see, the ground pork kind of stick together fairly tightly. I cook with ground pork quite often, but this is the first time I cook with ground pork sausages. However, the method of cooking this ground pork sausages is not much different from cooking just ground pork. At this point, I add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. By adding the garlic at a later time point will create a stronger flavor. Then I next switch to my hamburger meat chopper. It is a really nifty tool because it helps break down the ground pork much easier. And I use it to break down fried rice as well. And if you don't have a tool like this, you definitely should get one. It costs only about $6 or $7. And next, I'm going to season the ground pork with the spice from my masala dabba. I'm going to season the dish with some lemon pepper, paprika, ginger powder, and onion flakes. The masala dabba is very handy because I have all the seasoning right in front of me, and I can choose a different type of mix and match. If you don't have a masala dabba, I think it is a good idea for you to get one because it really helps you with your creativity, how you season your dish. I'm going to really take a fusion approach because I'm then going to season also with some oyster sauce followed by some hoisin sauce. This is my fusion approach. I try to make my seasoning as interesting as possible. Again, this is a part of my flavor chasing. Because I always have my seasoning readily available to me, I feel I am free to use them in whatever way that I would like to. Quite often I find that after I add the seasoning, they tend to burn to the bottom of the wok. Then I use the water from my squeeze bottle, squeeze directly at this burnt material. As you can see, the water is very effective in dissolving them. And together with the wok spatula, you can get rid of them very quickly. Well, it not only makes cleaning the wok easier later on, but it also adds flavor to the dish. I next add a can of garbanzo bean directly to the wok. The garbanzo bean is already cooked, so all I need to do is just to warm them up. I don't usually cook with beans too often, but this is a new way for me to introduce the garbanzo bean to a dish. And since this is very quick to cook. Finally, I find some scallion in the refrigerator. A scallion is great to garnish a dish at the end to provide some extra flavor, texture, and color. I'm only going to cook the scallion very lightly, therefore with a few mix, the dish is ready to be served. And the total cook time is a little bit over 5 minutes. I have never cooked this dish before, but it turned out really great and my son loves it. He thought the ground pork sausage and the garbanzo bean have a perfect match in flavor and texture. The scallion add a very nice onion flavor to the dish. I served this dish over some white rice, and it turned out to be very nice. The garbanzo bean has great nutritional value. It is a good combination and to use the ground pork sausage in such a way. And this dish is very quick to cook. I think I'm going to use this approach and to try to cook with other type of beans as well. I think this is a great approach to use the wok in cooking this dish. It is truly provide a fusion approach. If you enjoy beans, I think this may be a good way for you to give it a try.
If you enjoyed this video, click like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.